Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's poppin'? How's it going?
And we're back today with doing something a little bit fun today, since, you know, it's called video games, and obviously we talk about games all the time. We want to talk about video games today, so we had this idea, right?
Yep, sorry, are you talking to me? Alright, cool, yeah, sorry. Yeah, we had the idea to, see who the strongest characters in games are, or who the henchest characters are.
SWOLE! Yeah,
most SWOLE? Oh, no. Oh.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is where we'll go. I mean, I guess strong... Like, the thing is, I think it's one of those important things to lay down that's like, SWOLE, by definition, it depends on how you define it. Basically, we're just talking about big, strong, like, hench-looking characters in video games. Video games.
I may have misunderstood the brief, so this is gonna be interesting.
It's fine. We said specifically before we're not gonna share our lists, so there could be duplicates, there could be mix-ups, it could be we're just gonna find out. Basically, we're just talking about strong video game characters. Let's go.
So I guess I'll be the gentleman here, and I'll let you go first.
All right, sweet. Yeah, we're gonna.
We're doing like what like 5-5-4-4 kind of.
I think so. Yeah, we're not gonna mess around. We're just jumping straight in today. No filler. We're gonna go talk about our first characters. I guess semi-battle, and then you guys in the comments can determine by the end of it who the top 5 should be. All right. So, you know what I've got number 5? I chose Zarya from Overwatch. Right?
Yeah.
Zarya is an absolute badass. Technically speaking, she was also an Olympic powerlifter. And here's a fun fact, right? I didn't know this. I'm not going to claim that I'm some Overwatch knowledge bomb god, but she has 512 tattooed on her arm, which apparently was her combined total for Olympic lifting, not squat, bench, dead.
What?
Olympic lifting is clean and jerk and snatch. So 512 kilograms, which technically speaking, if you translate that to pounds, which is like 1,130 pounds, would actually make her the strongest person in the world, because the current world record for that I think is 767 pounds. So she basically smashes the world record. Obviously she's a video game character, so it doesn't kind of count, but she's just a badass. I mean, she even has a skin more recently released that is actually her workout gear, and she's got these cool green squat shoes.
She's an absolute tank. Yeah, I agree with that one. Yeah, that's cool. She's worthy of the list. All right, cool.
What about you?
Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna swap mine around because it kind of links up now. I put Samus in my list.
Okay.
And some facts about Samus, right? She's 6'3", so she's your height.
Really?
Yep. And she's 90 kg.
Whoa, so she's a unit.
So she's an absolute monster.
No way.
She's also infused with like Chozo DNA, so she's got all these like super benefits that she gets from, alien DNA. And I think she also grew up on like a planet with like stronger gravity, so her bone density and her muscles and everything are so much stronger. So she's like, you know how like Superman was born on Krypton, and then she's got all the ability to like jump really high and all that kind of stuff as well. So she's like an absolute unit. And then if you think about the fact that she's running around all day in this giant ass suit of armor as well, that and she's been able to continue to work at that rate like consistently. Like she's an athlete.
Yeah, that's for sure. That is full on like maximum conditioning. That is okay. That's respect for that. I never realized that about. I didn't. She realized she was so tall as well. Oh my goodness.
So this is the thing. I was going through my list and I was like, oh yeah, like Master Chief's cool. And I was like, no, who was like the original? And I was like, Samus Aran deserves to be on that list, man. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, I can go with that. This is definitely not a character battle, because I don't feel like you can pit those two against each other and be like, who's gonna win, because both of them are inhumanly strong. But yeah, okay, all right. You guys can vote down below. So moving on to number 4, right? It's got to be done, and this is I've picked this one in a different strength category. I'm thinking more strongman now, right? I've picked my guy Daruk from Breath of the Wild, the Goron champion that used to wield the the boulder breaker sword. Like, we're talking, he's one of those ones where when you look at him aesthetically, he's kind of got that big strongman belly, right? But he shifts boulders. Gorons are just heavy, strong. I feel like if you had to take a character and put him into like the world's strongest man competition, Daruk would be there. He'd just pick up boulders, do the Atlas stones, like deadlift meaty amounts. I mean, Gorons are just workout guys, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I can agree with that one. I didn't even think of Daruk, I think Gorons didn't even cross my mind, but the more you think of them, they are literally just like strongmen, powerlifters, out here breaking boulders.
They eat rocks.
They eat rocks.
I mean, like, That's their protein. Their stone protein. So that's my number 4.
Nice. All right then. So I've put DK Donkey Kong on my list.
Okay.
So for 2 reasons, right? In Smash Bros, Donkey Kong can pick up King DDD and throw him upwards.
Boom. True.
He throws this behemoth of a man and throws him upwards. That is ridiculous. Also, if you think about gorillas in real life, they're pretty damn strong. I was looking at some facts today and about how strong gorillas are. And if gorillas were to to do lifts and stuff, a gorilla could bench 1,800 kg. They estimate they can squat. They can squat 905 kg. They can deadlift 1,000 kg. And there's like a video of like one of them like breaking a banana tree. But here's the other thing, right? So this is like what they estimate the stats of. So they're like roughly 6 times stronger than people. But imagine if a gorilla actually trained. Like this is their natural strength. This is what they're gifted with. Imagine if they had like a strength program. Like those numbers go through the roof. So I reckon DK's up there. DK just doesn't realize how strong he is. Like he's athletic and he's cool, but I don't think he's following any kind of program to get the gains in. So yeah,
it needs to happen. Get Australian strength coach. Get DK. Get him on a program.
There we go.
It's happening. No, I like that a lot.
Cool.
So my next pick, right, in number 3, I chose Sagat, right? Now, obviously, there's loads of characters in Street Fighter.
Really?
Street Fighter's full of... you know why I chose him, right? I chose him for a very good reason, right? And not necessarily to say that he's the strongest of all the kind of potential people. I chose him... I mean, okay, partly also because he's bald and he's just very cool anyway. But the real reason I chose him... He's a unit. He's super tall, right? He's hench, but he's also like one of the gods when it comes to Muay Thai. So this is a guy who's strong, very strong, but can move quickly, fast, has that kind of explosive power. So he's kind of strong in a different way. Like I look at someone like Daruk and I'm like, all right, he's strong because he can just lift stuff. He's probably not going to move too fast, but he's going to get the stuff moved. Whereas Sagat is all about explosive strength. So I guess he's that kind of, if you were to sort of liken him to like a kind of style of training, like Obi Vincent, for example, does a lot of that explosive conditioning stuff. I feel like you would put Sagat in a very similar position because he's big, he's strong. You would look at him initially and think, oh, he must just be like a weightlifter. When in reality, he's like Tiger Knee and you from across the screen. Like he's he's powerful.
Cool. I'll accept that. I would have gone for, if it was Street Fighter, I would have picked Abigail because he's an absolute unit. But no, Sagat, I can understand. I respect it. All right, cool. So my number 3 is a greatsword main from Monster Hunter. Just because the amount of strength it would take to actually wield a greatsword is quite ridiculous. As well as run around as like athletically, being able to climb up walls, jump off walls, all the things you see greatsword users or hunters doing, full stop. But with a greatsword on your back. The amount of strength it would take to wield it alone to then cut through the tail of a monster, I feel like they have some ridiculous levels of strength that we should respect. So
yeah. True. No, you know what? It's funny, right? Fun little sort of behind the scenes thing. When we were first like early days of video games, when we were kind of talking about like plans for the channel, like one of them is obviously something we haven't kind of got around to doing yet, but like the idea of theme workouts, and I thought that if we did a Monster Hunter one, like it would literally be like, can you bench press a greatsword? So there's some logic in there. In fact, there's actually a YouTube video. I'll try and find the link by the time I've made this video. There's like a science channel where they calculated just how viable it would actually be.
Yeah, how much strength it would take you to hold the greatsword. Yeah,
and I think they made the Devil Joe greatsword. I'll try and find the video and I'll link it down below. But yeah, no, I can agree with that. Yeah, I mean hunters in general, that's a lot of armor. Even to carry eggs. I mean, carrying eggs is like lifting an Atlas stone. So they might not look swole, but they're pretty strong.
Absolutely, and greatsword mains are the strongest.
Oh yeah, true. And, well, I guess on the topic of wielding big swords, number 2 for me, I chose Demise from Zelda, from Skyward Sword, right? Because Demise, I mean, I was going to choose Ganondorf, right? I mean, I guess they're sort of interlinked anyway, but like, you got Ganondorf looks strong anyway, but Demise is like, he's just a specimen. He is huge. He is ginormous. I remember the first time I ever fought Demise, and he's just standing there towering over you, literally just wearing like a cloth, and then his hair is just like flowing behind him. He's got this massive sword, this pulsating energy emanating around him, and he is just like the demon. Like, he is super powerful. And he's one of those kind of people where if you want to kind of pick like bodybuilding goals, I mean, he's just got the huge chest, he's got like the massive lats, he's got the defined arms. It's basically
Do you know how hench he is? He's so hench, right, that his nose is thick with 2 C's. Like, his nose is like a slab of meat. Like, he doesn't skip nose day. It's just like, bam, it's there. It's ridiculous.
It's true.
Yeah, okay, I can respect that.
Demise, definitely.
He's so strong that he manages to, like, curse Link's bloodline for like, the rest of time. So that's pretty...
Basically,
pretty strong.
I want to see him in Smash Brothers. That would be cool.
Alright, cool. I've got Machamp on my list.
Okay.
So, one little tidbit fact from Machamp is that he can punch pretty quickly, 500 punches a second. So he's 500 punches a second. And here's the kicker, right? With only one hand, it can move a mountain. With only one hand. And how many hands does it have? It has 4 of them. And then if that's not enough, my guy can Gigantamax and turn himself like 30 times the size of like a skyscraper. Like this guy is strong. Like if strong was a Pokemon, it is Machamp. He basically looks like a bodybuilder. Like he is.
You do realise as well, by having 4 arms, he could lie on a bench. He could bench press whilst doing tricep extensions, right? or he could do 4 sets of bicep curls, or he could be deadlifting whilst bicep curling, or deadlifting whilst overhead pressing. He could
deadlift while overhead pressing. Like that is ridiculous.
That is nuts. Okay, yeah, no, I'll give you that. I completely didn't even think about including Pokemon in the list, but yeah, that actually makes sense. That makes sense. So finally, in number 1, surprise, surprise, guess who I chose?
You got Kratos, right?
Of course, it had to be done, right? I'll be honest. Outside of the fact that he's got a beard and he looks kind of like me, right? I don't have many Kratos facts, but he's just a badass, right? But let's be honest, right? He's a god. Obviously, he fights gods. I mean, like, who in video game history like goes toe to toe with someone that is bajillion times taller than them and will like rip off their fingernails, pull out their eyes, and just like we're not even thinking about the sheer potential in like a weightlifting room. I mean, obviously this guy can shift stuff anyway, but the fact that he can, doesn't matter how big the boss is, he's just going to find a way to like climb up them. He is also explosive, right? Like, he's one of those kind of characters where, admittedly, I look at him from like the sheer strength point of view, but he can move. He can legitimately move as well. So he's kind of like, I mean, okay, obviously he does have the gods on his side, so maybe Kratos would be the equivalent in video games of just like relying on steroids, so maybe he's not necessarily your specimen, but you know what? He's a unit. He's currently my fitness goals. He's who I'm working towards being. If I can be as swole as Kratos, legitimately, then I'm blessed.
Alright, fair enough. Well, it looks like we both picked deities then for our number 1s. And surprise, surprise, I've picked Asura from Asura's Wrath. And I'm just putting it out there. As much as I think Kratos is an absolute badass and he's really, really strong, I think Asura is a lot stronger. Like, a lot stronger. I reckon that Kratos and Asura could have a fight, and Kratos would win if Asura was in like his base form, where he's just like standing. But the moment Asura starts getting angry, he's like the Hulk. Like his levels just go higher and higher and higher, and he has the power of anime on his side, right? So you can't win. True.
He did also stop something that I did speak about like giant things for Kratos, but Asura did stop something that was basically planet-sized. You know, that you remember that boss when he's pushing the finger down and he's just like, like, okay, I mean, you kind of can't stop that. What is it with you and choosing characters that can have multiple arms so they can basically are you just trying to min-max your workout so you can be like, I just want to have all these arms so I can curl and press and do all this, my workout in half an hour.
Exactly that, man. I want to hit that efficiency.
I can appreciate that. But yeah, cool. All right, well then there you have it. I know it's called like a top 5. Obviously we've chose 5 each. So you guys decide down below who of our choices would you put in the top 5, or have we missed someone? Would you guys include someone completely separate? But that's today's video.
Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys follow us on Twitter, YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, Instagram, and we'll be back soon with another video. Take it easy.